What's up, people? Welcome. Welcome to the live stream. We are going to be talking a lot about there's some show that comes out here really real soon. I figured I'd mention it to you guys. You guys might enjoy it. It's going to be called The Wheel of Time. It comes out next Friday. Check it out, baby. Um, yeah. All kidding aside, we're going to talk all about that. Um, I do have a very special guest that will be joining us here in a little bit. Kritter will be joining us. Kritter is a big TikToker, which, if you're one of the young hip crowd that loves the TikToking, you will love Kritter. Kritter is going to be joining me. If you are not aware, I got the invite from Amazon to go out to the premiere. And so we'll talk a little bit about that. I want to wait till she's on so we can kind of go over that. I figured what would be kind of cool, and you guys can start brainstorming some of this now. I actually have my my pad of paper here. It's my Tarvalin After Dark notepad. I want to hear questions that you guys want us to ask the cast, because we're going to get a chance to interview, talk to, kind of do a lot of interaction with some of the cast while we're there in England. And so I wanted to get some of your feedback on that and what you guys might like. So not right now. We'll do that here in a little bit. But yeah, it is. This is kind of an exciting time to get going, talking about Wheel of Time in general. All the things that are going on. There's like, do y'all remember back, like, let's rewind like maybe 3-4 months ago, and like we would get like one picture released, or there'd be like a leak of a picture of maybe like what part of a city they might be filming in, and we'd like talk about that for a long time. There is so much news coming out now that, like, legitimately you can't even keep up. So any case, it is a very exciting time, and we're going to talk a lot about that today. So I wanted to kick things off while we're waiting on Kritter to get here, and we may by the way have another special guest join us as well, if this particular guest gets free. We will be there, but I wanted to kick things off basically talking a little bit about a clip that came out here not that long ago. I want to go ahead and play. There was a clip that came out today of Moraine and Lan. I figured I'll go ahead and play it, and then we can talk a little bit about that while we're waiting for Kritter to get here. So I'm going to go ahead and play that clip right now, just as kind of a springboard for conversation, and then you and me, we're going to talk. So let's do this.
We both have work to do today.
Learn Mandrag. This is Moraine.
Whatever happens now, there's no turning back.
No bond is closer than an Aes Sedai and her warden.
We're going to go one more time on that because there's just some other stuff. I never get sick of watching this stuff. So one more time.
We both have work to do today.
Learn Mandrag. This is Moraine.
Whatever happens now, there's no turning back.
No bond is closer than an Aes Sedai and her warden.
Okay. I love it. So I have a couple reactions, and I want to kick this off. First of all, what do you all think? I want to get your actual genuine reactions here. A lot of the clips they've been releasing, like not the main trailers, but like these little clips, do they get you more excited for the show? Are you kind of ambivalent to them at this point, or are you kind of like, I don't like what I see? And there's certainly a ton to kind of break down in these. I guess the overarching thing, like if I'm watching these, specifically that clip, one of the things that I think they're clearly doing is that initial battle. So like the battle of the two rivers, or call it Winter Night, whatever you would, right? That's going to be intense. Like they have scaled that up a couple notches. There is a clip of Nynaeve. I could not get that for some reason. I could not get a video version of it that I could play here, unfortunately. But like she stabs a Trolloc, and like there's all kinds of crazy stuff going down. But I'm all for it. Like they're definitely scaling up the violence. They're scaling up the damage and destruction to the village. Like, so the question that I want to pose, obviously, does that get you more excited? Are you guys happy with the fact that, I guess the question, are you happy with the fact that the Battle of Winter Night is going to be more deadly, more destructive, and more Trollocs, and we actually get to see it? Do those things make you more excited, or are you kind of like, nah, that's a little too far away from the books? Let me hit some of your comments. So Unknown Soldier says, more excited. The clips are great at leaving hints that are making this wait a killer. Agree with that. Lesbian Nerdy. I'm in a weird no man's land somewhere between I want to see everything and no, don't show me anymore. I just want to see the show. First of all, if you're not following Lesbian Nerdy on YouTube, you should be doing that. Jenny's awesome. But it's weird. I'm the type of person, and some of you maybe can empathize with this. Some of you are like, I can't believe you, get away from me. But I don't really ever care about spoilers. I never have. Like, I'm the type of person, you could spoil a movie to me and I wouldn't be upset. Sometimes I'll even seek out the spoilers. I do like, though, I like seeing how it plays out. Does that make sense? So like, I don't really care if I find out what happens, but I'm more interested in seeing like how we get from one place to the other. So I'm not too worried about the spoilers, but I do get that sentiment because there are a lot of people that they want it to be a total surprise. We have Saxon G, more impactful. It makes sense for them to leave. And I'm assuming that's in reference to, obviously the ramped up damage in the battle. And I would totally agree with that. I think this gives them a legitimate reason to get the hell out, because the village is burning down. They see more Trollocs coming. Like, I feel like there's a more realistic way for Moraine there to get them to leave. So totally agree with that. Wheel Up Time, who is an awesome Wheel of Time rapper. I love everything I see, but I'm worried that the episodes will lose their impact if we keep seeing so much. I don't think we've seen that much. I know that seems weird, but we've seen a lot of the same scenes over and over again. I don't know that we've seen that much. Just my thought. I could be wrong about it. I cannot wait to see the Winter Night battle. Agreed. And honestly, can you think of a better way to end episode 1? Like, can you imagine showing this to your family, your friends? Like, let's fast forward 2 weeks here. You sit down to watch the show. You told your friend at work, hey, I want you to watch this show tonight. Like, could there be a more entertaining way to hook people than having this drawn out, epic, CGI-laden battle to end the episode? Like, I think it's going to be awesome. So I am super excited for that. I think it plays into that well. Dana, I think, makes a great point here. We need to feel and see the stakes. And I think that's true. I think when the Trollocs actually do something that hurts people, like that people die, and we've met some of these people and they die. And we see the Winespring Inn that we spent half the episode in burnt to the ground or half burnt down. Like, the shadow now has weight. And I think that's one of the things, if there's a criticism in the books, I think one of those criticisms can be that for lack of a better way of putting it, like sometimes the villains don't have enough oomph behind them. Like sometimes there just isn't enough impact, and so we're never really worried um, about whether or not our characters can die or be hurt or any of that. So let me pose one question on that line of thinking that we were talking about when we were recording. So I do a podcast called Tarval and After Dark. We were recording our podcast yesterday. It'll come out tomorrow morning. But one of the topics that came up in that podcast was we were talking about how when they adapt the show, they need to show us that Taviran can be hurt because plot armor, like to being a Taviran is kind of like built-in plot armor, right? Does it are you guys worried at all that if that's a theme in the show that people are just going to think that the main characters are untouchable because they have plot armor, right? Or do you think that they need to show us a Taviran dying or something like that to create that impact? I'm curious where you all land in that conversation. But here we got Unknown Soldier. The one thing that makes me nervous is that 3 episodes will be released at once. Winter Night might make the other 2 episodes a bit of a letdown. Maybe, but I'll tell you this. They did not arrive at 3 episodes blindly. I have a feeling they probably have a rationale for why they did that. That's just my guess, but and I'll say this. So Celtic said, Unknown Soldier. So far, everyone who has watched the first 3 screeners has says that the episodes keep getting better. And that's also the same feedback that you get from Brandon Sanderson. So I tend to think that I think he even said like episode 5 or 6 is like amazing, like a 10 out of 10. So I do think they're going to keep getting better. I really am hopeful for this. I really am, actually. Perrin's wife dying would show that a Taviran can get hurt, yeah, especially if they do go the wife route. Rand gets hurt all the time in the books. Yes, he gets hurt. That's not a bad thought, but it's not always super impactful hurt. So that's interesting. I do agree with that, though. Silvertooth said, I mean, Shadow Logoth probably in episode 2, so I think the intensity will keep going. And I agree with that. I think we'll see stuff in episode 3, actually, that will be entertaining. I really do. Here, Brando. I want to keep them Taviran so that we can see the color swirl scenes between Matt, Rand, and Perrin. I think that'll be cool. Need to see the awkward, see each other nude scenes. Otherwise, it doesn't need to be book accurate. That's an interesting rationale for making sure we have Taviran in the show right there. I'm all for that. That's funny. Actually, that's very funny. Okay. So, by the way, I want to play this again. I was thinking about as we were talking about this. This came up last week when we were watching some of the fan interviews, and I've watched this clip now over and over. Recapa pointed this out, and I cannot stop laughing at this clip. So I'm going to play the beginning of this over and over again. But the interview with Yosha, tell me that he is not just trolling the damn camera here. Here we go. Watch this.
Well, Rand is he's a sheep herder. He's a farmer boy, and he's the leader of the sheep. Well, Rand is he's a sheep herder. He's a farmer boy, and he's the leader of the sheep. He takes care of the sheep with his father.
He's the leader of the sheep. How many of you have ever said that Rand is the leader of the sheep? I mean, I just find that fucking hilarious. I'm sorry. I just find it ridiculously funny. He's doing that tongue in cheek, like he repeats it like 4 times. He is a sheep herder. He is the leader of the sheep. That made it into a real interview. Just saying. I find that so great. At first, I didn't even catch it. Like, I don't know how I didn't catch that. Recappa was like all over it. I just find it hysterical. Um, but I do love him. When I think Yosha does such a good job of showing his emotions on his face. So I pointed that out in a couple videos. Like, he acts super well without talking, which I think is super important for Rand's character. Just in the sense that, how do I put this? Just in the sense that, like, a lot of the character development for Rand, like his inner monologue, it's turmoil, it's all that, and he's got to be able to emote well. So, any case, I do find that really funny. Yeah, I get it. He means shepherd. English is not his first language. However, um, he's pretty good at English. And from what I gather, that was actually kind of tongue in cheek and funny. Like, he was trying to do it on purpose. It could be that, but I don't know that it's just that. I wouldn't make fun of somebody for just using their English as a second language. Is there somebody named Oliver's Ears? That's a great name. Hello. Speaking of, that's really funny that you say that, because I found these sitting in my thing. A while back, I played Loyal in a video for Recappa Sedai, and so I had ordered these, like, ears, like they're like elf ears, on Amazon, and I just realized that I had these in a package. Elf ears. That can go with the wig. You can tip to get the ears or the wig. There we go. So you all are, so I think let's talk about Rand for a minute. I feel like I can't go on without addressing this. I find the whole controversy, or fake controversy, around Egwene is going to be the Dragon Reborn and not Rand. Like, I find this to be so hysterically funny. Like, and there's a part of me that just loves the fact that they keep doing it, because I really want them to keep trolling all of the people that, for some reason or other, get triggered at that idea. I'll say something very clearly. Rand is going to be the Dragon Reborn, guys. That's not even a question. It's as obvious as it can be. They circled him in the pictures. We've now seen Aiel. When they do those interviews, they're asking them about Rand. Rand was listed as the main character. Like, he's going to be the Dragon Reborn. They're not making that change. Which I'll say something. I know that some people would agree with this. Some people probably wouldn't agree with this. I would actually not be in favor of changing that. Like, I'm in favor of a lot of changes, but I think that so dramatically changes the story if we make Rand not the Dragon Reborn. I don't know that it would be Wheel of Time anymore. So it has nothing to do with a gender thing. I think that would be a change that I wouldn't like. Now, I'll give you an example of one I would be for. If you want to play up Egwene as the counter to him, I'm all in for that. I'd be all in for making Egwene equally the main character, because in reality, she is. Egwene has almost the same amount of book time as Rand does. So I think you can totally play that up. So I don't know that there's a reason for them to make that change. I don't, like, even hypothetically, if they were, which they are not doing that. So to be very clear, Rand is not going to be, Rand will be, I should say, the Dragon Reborn. Done deal. Now, the marketing piece of it, it totally makes sense. I don't understand how people don't see this. It totally makes sense for them to play that up right now. There's no reason for them not to do that. It allows us to get connected to these characters. I think that mystery will be solved very quickly. Like, I don't think they're going to drag this out the whole season. So I don't think that that's really going to be an issue, but I do find all of these conversations hysterical. I really do. Wow. Do we ever have some spam bots? Welcome. You know you've made it when we have spam bots in the chat. Chansonnet, did I make you a mod? I hope I did, because then you can get rid of those. If I did not, then I will be upset with myself. Anyways, let me know if I did not make you a mod, because I think you should be able to kill those people. Well, figuratively. Anyways, but I find that to be such a non-issue. I'll make it. I'll tell you this. I think we've gone. The show has done a deliberate job since almost the very beginning here of letting us know that they were going to have changes. I mean, they've gone out of their way to keep talking about it, to keep planting those seeds over and over and over and over and over again. So I think they wanted us to know that, because that way we're not going to be surprised when they finally show up, right? Like, there are changes, we get it, they're coming. But I also am starting to get this feeling. I don't think as much is going to be changed or different as people think. I think the story is going to be much closer to the story of the books than people realize it will be. And I know it's crazy because we've been banging the change drum over and over and over again. I don't think it's going to be that much of a difference. I think people are like ready for major changes, like Rand not being the Dragon Reborn. None of that's happening. I even initially thought we weren't going to see Forsaken, and now we've got this Forsaken, or this video talking about the Dragon Reborn and the Forsaken, where Rafe essentially implies it, and then in the 360 video with the trailer, you literally see Baalzamon, like the fiery eyes popping out. Like, I think we're going to see a Shamael. And now, let me connect a few dots here. I think that we are actually, when Rafe was asked, will we see the Forsaken, he made a comment along the lines of, it depends on if you know to look for them or something. I can't remember the exact wording. But I think what he was talking about is, I think we're going to see Baalzamon, and I think we're going to be meant to think that that's the Dark One, the same as the books, and that it'll end up being Baalzamon, or it'll end up being a Shamael. I think that's what's actually going to happen. So I don't think as much is going to change as people think. Anyways, I would be interested to see. Now, what are your thoughts on that? Do you guys think that we're going to get crazy changes? What are the crazy changes that you think we're getting? Or are you thinking it's going to be pretty much following the books? Like, I'm interested to know what you guys think of that. That's what he said. DK Moon said, depends on how much you know, and some people see Forsaken everywhere. So I think that's playing with some wording, and I would say that that means we're going to see Baalzamon. That'd be my guess. Again, just a thought. It's just a guess, but I think that that kind of makes sense, because they have been dropping hints that we're going to see Baalzamon. I agree with Wolf Brother here. I think we will see Baalzamon in dreams. So I think that's coming. I really do. And that was something that I thought we weren't getting. So here's the big mystery. Here's the thing that I think none of us really have a great feeling for. And that is, what is happening in those last Mystery 2 episodes? What is going to happen in those? Oh, here we go. Lesby Nerdy is calling it. Hot take. Loyal is the Dragon Reborn. Bella is a Shamael. Morghese is the Queen of Shadar Logoth. Oh my gosh. How did I not think of this? Lesby Nerdy, that's genius. I think you gave away the plot of the show. I think you did it. So, but I would love to know, what do you guys think is going to happen? Are we going to see the Eye of the World? Is the big question. I'm not so sure. I think we might see the Eye of the World in a different respect, or in a different light. Hold on one second. Okay. I see that. Oh, where'd it go? There it goes. I think that Tarwin's Gap will take up a majority of an episode. I agree with that, actually. I think that we are going to see a massive pitched battle, but not necessarily in the Gap, but against Faldara. That's how I think it'll be. I think they'll be attacking the city or attacking the town. I think that's going to take the place of the battle in Shadar Logoth. That's my guess. Now, I also think we're going to see the Blight, guys. Like, I think they're going to the Eye of the World. I really do. I think the Eye of the World is still going to exist because we know they go to the Blight. So why would they not go? Why would they be going to the Blight? Like, what would be there to happen if not for doing that? So, and we do have pictures, by the way, of the Blight. So as somebody mentioned that there, we do. I'm not going to show them here, but hey, you know what? It is time for our very, very special guest. Let's go ahead and bring on Kritter. What up?
Hey! Very excited to be here.
Oh, well, I'm excited to have you. What were you just doing? So tell everybody.
Okay, well, I had my inaugural Wheel and Chill stream with Tavir and Tavern and the Wine Spring Cafe over on my Twitch and YouTube. So it was a super fun show, and we're going to be doing reaction streams after the Wheel of Time comes out. So this was our test run, but it was really fun.
I can't wait. So let me do this. So for every guest I ever have on, here's how we start.
Okay.
Tell these people who the hell you are and what the hell you do. How about that?
Love it. I could do that. So I'm Kritter XD. I am also Egwene Alvear on Twitter. So if you're on Twitter of Time, I'm the Egwene Alvear account. I also do a TikTok under Kritter XD where I do TikToks almost every single day, sometimes multiple times a day, about the Wheel of Time mainly and other sci-fi fantasy stuff because I'm a big nerd. So yeah, and I'm everywhere else. Obviously, I just said I'm on Twitch and YouTube, and I've got an Instagram, I've got a Discord, and I'm all about that Wheel of Time life. What can I say?
Kritter makes like all of the content. I think that's pretty much all of the content.
I do many content things. Yeah.
You know, so it's so funny. I have never had a TikTok ever.
Okay.
My dad. Okay, so I don't know if anybody knows this. Like, my dad was one of those people when smartphones just came out. Like, he was the guy that could not figure out how to text for a while. And then, like, when he did, it would be like this on his phone. Like,
bless his heart. Okay.
Right? Then all of a sudden, I go over there one day, and my dad is sitting in a chair looking at TikToks on his phone. He is addicted to TikTok.
It's a problem, honestly. I am too, and then that's it's a real. I mean, I recommend it. Get on there, follow me, but also be careful.
He won't make TikToks, but he watches all of them. I wouldn't be shocked if he's seen you because he knows what I do.
Okay,
so like he'll search stuff for it now.
Oh, that's cute.
He'll be like, I was looking for you, so I wouldn't be shocked if my dad has watched you.
He might have seen me. If he searched Wheel of Time, he's probably seen me.
Dana says Kritter is everywhere. And that might be true.
I'm omnipresent. Let's put it that way.
Omnipresent. Well, I'll tell you one thing. One place that you will be present.
Yeah.
Next week.
I know. Oh gosh. I mean, when you, I can't believe this is happening. I'm so excited.
So, okay, let's talk about this a little bit because, guys, to be clear, everybody watching this, like, we really can't talk about everything yet. Like, we're still under some NDAs, so like, there's things that like we can't say. Like, we can't say where this is going to be. We can't say where we're staying. Any of that.
Right.
But I can say this: I'm really damn excited. When they reached out, so I have to tell this story, right? So like, I don't know if this is the way it went for you.
Okay.
So when they reached out about this, they were like, hey, we need you to sign this NDA before we can tell you we want to talk about it. I was like, oh, sure. And here I'm thinking like, oh, they're going to offer me like a picture to show on my YouTube channel or something. Like, I was just like, that's literally what I was thinking. They were going to be like, here's an image you can pop up. And
here, we'll throw you a bone.
We'll throw you a bone. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. Oh, hold on. Shane Dunning. Kritter has great headgear. Nae'Blis needs to counter. So I don't know if you're familiar with this.
I've seen the wigs.
Mhm. Thank you, Shane. It's a beautiful wig.
It's
honestly.
gorgeous, honestly.
And it's well kept too. Appreciate you. So I'm sitting there and they're like, yeah. So then the particular person starts explaining like what they want to do. It's like, we're going to take you to here and we're going to have you come to this. And it's like all the different parts of this. And they're like, what do you think? Like, is that something you'd be interested in? Like, what am I supposed to? Am I supposed to go? Nah, I got like I'm gonna do laundry that week. I'm not.
I have to wash my wigs.
Yeah, I gotta wash this wig.
The same thing. It was very similar vibes. They DM'd me on Twitter, and I already had them in my DMs because I won that signed poster, and they had sent me a puzzle piece. So I was like, I was basically like, basically best friends with the Wheel of Time account. And then they sent me that thing, and they were like, do you have availability to do a little chat? We'll send you an NDA. And I was like, yeah, okay. And so I was thinking, you thought you were going to get an image. I had loftier ideas. I was like, am I going to get screeners? I thought I was like, am I going to get a screener so that I can like review it in advance or start hyping people up, whatever. And I was literally, that alone would have been like mind blowing for me. And then, we got on that like Zoom call the next day. And when she told me that that's what it was, I was literally, I almost started crying. I'm not going to lie. I feel like I was all misty, and then she was like all excited for me. And she did the same thing. She's like, so what do you think? I was like,
nah.
So yeah, it sounds like it was very similar, similar situation.
I'll tell you what, like it's super surreal to like, I don't know how you got started. I mean, sure you can actually, this would be a great question to ask you, but like in terms of getting started with content, like I never had any idea that this is where we would be. In fact, I've said this multiple times, like this YouTube channel I made as a test run for the real YouTube channel I wanted to make.
And here we are.
This was like me trying to figure out YouTube so I could make the real channel. And then it was like, wait a minute, this is actually doing really well. Like people actually like this. I guess I'll keep doing it.
That's awesome.
Hold on real quick. Let me hit a couple of these. Musu, how much to wear the wig at the premiere? I don't know if I can wear the wig at the premiere. Hey, if we get to $500 tonight, I'll probably do it. But that's because that goal is so high that we better not hit it. How about that? Kip, you'll second that. I again appreciate the donations, guys. I will keep wearing this beautiful wig here as long as your donations are up on the top there. So, but thank you for that. But it's very surreal to think that like not only have we come from the place where we just started talking about a book series to the point where not only are we getting the show, but then we're going to not be at the show and get to interact with the cast.
I know.
On the red carpet.
What is life?
Like, what is this?
Yeah.
Among other things. So like, I am just ridiculously excited about this.
Me too.
It's all that shilling for Amazon is finally
paying off,
right?
That's the plan. It's been the plan all along. No,
I'll tell you what, I got a very astute, I can't believe somebody figured me out on Twitter today. I got to read this one. I won't say the guy's name because that would be rude.
Unlike this comment, I assume.
The comment wasn't rude. I mean, he was just dead on. Really astute. It was like, well, you've shilled for this woke garbage enough that you get your good boy rewards. And you know what? It's like, I can't even fault him. It's like, finally, somebody intelligent enough to see what's been going on. I mean, Amazon has been paying me under the table for a long time. I'm a smartass. I find this stuff ridiculous because I really am excited for the show.
Yeah, same. Oh my gosh.
I have my worries.
Yeah.
But they're not actual worries anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I'm just ready. I'm so jazzed that it's even happening, honestly. Like I can't believe it. I'm telling all my friends and online friends, which are still my friends. But yeah, it's like the thing is it's been my favorite book series for a really, really long time. And I talk to everybody I can about it. And just seeing it on TV, even if they change it, is still really exciting. And you have to expect the changes because it's like changing a book to a TV show. It's just going to require them. So since being a TV show is going to require changes, I'm happy about the changes. Let's make them. Let's do it. Let's rage.
And I think, like, I was just talking about this right before you came on. Sorry, real quick, Sean Sinead, that's a great quote. Go woke, go to the UK. I love that. But we were just talking about changes before this. I think they have been going, like, from day one, they've been setting us up that there are going to be changes coming, right? Like, they've been setting that up. I actually think that it's not going to be as much of a change as people think.
I agree.
Like, I think that that's what they want us. We've swung that pendulum so far. But see, all the things that I thought they were leaving out, we're starting to get hints that they aren't.
Yeah.
Like the ways aren't gone. I think they're going to go to the eye of the. I think they're going to go to the eye of the world.
I thought that wasn't going to happen either, but now I think it is. Like, yeah, I totally agree.
I think Balzamon's there. Like, they've showed 2 hints now, and Rafe made a comment, and I've just, a lot of it is starting to come together. I think a lot of this stuff is there. So, Hey, Adam, you're the best. So, some shillings for the shill, which makes sense because we need shill. Are shillings still a thing? Like, what is a shilling?
Is that like a...
Wasn't
English?
it like yeah, it's something like that.
I don't actually know. I'm not worldly enough yet to know that.
Not yet. We will be so worldly though here soon.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't believe that you are going to have an audience with the Queen.
I know. I can't either.
I can't believe they set that up for us.
It's really mind blowing.
Yeah, that would be.
If by the Queen you mean, well, actually, I don't know who's going to be there, so I can't even say who I was going to say.
I guess I like a drag queen, like.
No, I was, Rosamund Pike herself, but I don't know if she's going to be there for sure. But that's who I was going to say.
We have a question for you.
Oh,
Rachel Sadai for Kritter. Are you still going to get the cast to do Cat Crosses the Courtyard?
That is the plan. I feel like I have to, because they kind of want to know in advance, like what we're going to do. They wanted to know whether we were going to do interviews or want photos or whatever. And so I didn't tell them that part yet. So I might reach out and be like, hey, do you want to just like give them a heads up that might be happening? But no, I'm trying to hype myself up enough to ask. Obviously, I hope they don't feel uncomfortable when I do ask them. But I want to do that. And then I want to cut it all together, in like a super trendy, insanely viral video. And it's going to be really great. So that's the idea. We'll see if it happens.
When they asked you what you were going to do, were you like, I don't know?
Literally, I was like, well, I'm going to use my business brain here for a sec. You probably picked me because of my TikTok. So I'm going to be live on TikTok? Like, question mark? Right? Is that what you want? But yeah, so I was very confused. And then they were like, what do you want to bring? And I just kind of thought, my phone? And then I got to realize, like, if I'm on my phone live, I'm not going to have anything else to, I'm not going to have any other. So yeah, I had to do a lot of thinking and eventually come up with my game plan. But I think I'm better now. What about you?
I dropped a bunch of money on like portable camera gear.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hey, don't worry. Entertain yourselves.
Oh my gosh, we have like the same chair, but his is a Titan and mine's an Omega. Just don't mind the secret lab stream.
Yeah. Well, you do have the same chair. That's
I know.
I'm just tall, so I have the big one.
Yeah.
But yeah. I went and bought a camera that I can use.
Wow. Very fancy.
Monopod and like some mics. Here we go.
Oh, those are nice. I got like tiny little lavalier mics that I can plug into my phone.
Well, so like it's kind of that. So Rode makes this. Here we're going to talk about technology for a second. They make these Rode mics that plug into these. So like in my mic, you put the mic in this.
Okay.
Now it works. So it's a wireless, so I can walk
so it's
around.
like Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Mine's corded because I'm scared of technology and I don't want to have to deal with Bluetooth. but then there's a distance issue. So you give and you take with that.
True. This is true. So I'm like trying to get all of this like prepared
Yeah, same.
because I'm super worried. And then I was like, oh crap, I need to get new outlet plugs to go to England so I can actually plug things in and all of that. So so I wanted to throw this up there because I told everybody when we started the stream, okay,
Okay.
what questions would you all like us to ask the cast? Like, this is something I'm sure you genuinely want to know because it's like I'm starting to think like, okay, Daniel Honey walks up to me. What's it like to be Lan?
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
what am I supposed to ask? So I want to be prepared. And I will answer this question here soon. We'll answer that in a minute. But I want to throw this out there. Like, what questions would you guys love for us to be able to ask the cast? Because I want to make sure that we get the right info from you. So, okay, we got Adam. I want him to ask the book readers, Yosha, Zoe, Maddie, their interpretation of the Red Rod. Maybe I can provide them free sample Red Rod Terangrials when we get there.
Wow.
I don't think that would be...
They would remember you, I think, for sure.
Very memorable. What is your... Oh, I like this one. What is your favorite book scene?
I like it.
What is your favorite book scene?
Is this a full spoiler stream?
Yeah, we can do it.
Oh, okay, great. So from the Gathering Storm, Egwene in the tower just like hurling fireballs out of the broken White Tower at the like Rakan and Torakan, and she like unites the novices, teaches them how to link. She's basically just battle general extraordinaire. And honestly, every time I read that whole sequence, especially because it's sort of right before that is the whole Varan thing. So that little segment of the book is just fire.
Yes.
It's my favorite. It's hard to beat, I think.
Yes.
What about you? What's your favorite?
Celtic agrees. My favorite scene is it's such a tough question because I think I've done this by character before. So like on Total After Dark, we've done like favorite scene by character. Honestly, I have a couple favorite scenes. So it's hard to say one. I'll say a couple of them. One of my favorite scenes is one that not everybody gets super attached to, but I love the scene after Nynaeve's testing for the shawl. She basically flips on the rest of the Aes Sedai, is like, raise me or don't. I'm out, bitches. I don't care.
I love that.
And it's like, that is to me the culmination of her arc.
Yeah.
Where she's gone from insecure and wanting validation for her power to now all of a sudden she's at the place where, no, I'm secure in who I am. I help people. If I can help people as an Aes Sedai, I'll do it. If not, screw you, I'm out.
Right. And doesn't like right after that she go down to Morel or
Yep.
Okay, yeah. And she's like, now. Give me. Yeah, no. Nynaeve in that little segment, she's
I
queen.
haven't taken the 3 O's yet. Basically, she says that. I want you all to ask all of them who killed Asmodean. But see, we know who killed Asmodean. So, but there we go. We can ask that question. Which cast member has the best calves? How much of your character arc are you aware of? I like that one.
That's cool. That's a good one.
You know what? I only gave one favorite scene. I just realized that I was going to give
you were going to give multiple.
I was going to give multiple, and then I didn't. A lot of them have to do with Nynaeve because she's by far my favorite character.
Oh, I didn't know that. Nice.
I'm such a Nynaeve stan.
How'd you like that Nynaeve clip?
God, it was awesome.
Oh my god.
Actually, she was. I'll be real. She was one of my worries after the first trailer. And yes, I feel better about it. Here's the worry I had. I had a worry they were making Nynaeve too badass early on. Because to me, part of the reason she's such a great character is her insecurity.
Yeah. I
right?
agree. Mm-hmm.
And if what I want, I'm not super worried about changes to the plot. so
Yeah.
much as I am changes to the characters and who they are.
I agree. I have that. I have a huge worry about Matt in that regard.
Mm-hmm. Totally agree with that. So, like, I love. I mean, it's hard not to love the My Husband Rides to, even though it's seeping with toxic masculinity. I don't care. Like, yes, Land's stupid, but I love Nynaeve. That scene is just so beautifully written. You know,
Agreed.
I just think it's beautifully written. I love. Oh gosh, I love the cleansing. I actually love the cleansing scene. It's one of my favorite scenes to read, just because I love Cadsuane just taking charge. And
Yeah, she's awesome. I know that's a controversial opinion, but I think Cadsuane is a stud.
I think see, we're going to agree on a lot.
Okay.
I think Cadsuane gets a bad rap, actually.
Yeah.
I think she is far more competent and not as bitchy as people think that she is.
Totally agreed. Look at us.
She's doing it deliberately. Like,
yeah.
And yeah, she's an Aes Sedai true and true, but I don't know. I would have loved to have seen her and Swan interact, and I would have loved to have seen her and Egwene interact.
Yes. Yeah, her and Cerelia though was already awesome. Like just her and anybody else like that is just a recipe for success.
Another favorite scene. Matt, and this is, again, I love the small things, but I just love the character moments when Matt bows to Egwene and kisses her ring in Saladar.
My two favorite characters.
Is so Matt right there. Like, that's Matt.
Yeah.
And it's a character moment. And
I think my favorite scene from the first book, which I'm hoping we get, just to like, interrupt you completely here, but we're talking about Matt, is when Rand and Matt are like together and Matt's like, "You won't leave me, will you?" And Rand's like, "No." They're like holding hands, basically just like cuddling under a bush or something, and Matt's like really really worried, and Rand's like reassuring him. I'm sorry, that friendship in the first, I love the characters too. I like big magic displays are cool. Do my as wells is cool.
Yep.
But it's little moments like that that really show you who they are in their core that melt my heart. And so I really want to see something like that in the show because it's one of my faves. And it's probably my fave in the first book.
Yeah, and I wonder how much we're going to get of that. Because
I don't know.
They have this, like, the Eye of the World really plays out. Like, you can see where Matt becomes paranoid with the dagger because they're constantly not safe.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So I wonder how much of that we'll see.
Yeah. I hope some. I hope so. Although Dagger Matt is annoying. It's still just part of his journey, So, and if we get little moments like that, then it'll be worth it.
So I see a couple of questions. Everybody seems to be wanting Daniel Henney questions, which, you know what? I don't blame them. Daniel Henney.
Yeah.
But I'm just, there's so many good ones I can't even. Now all of a sudden I got the hiccups. What the heck? I was going to write all of these down, but now I am going to have to like come back and do it.
Yeah.
So definitely keep throwing your questions in the chat because I'm going to come back and watch the video and get your questions. I'm going to have like a whole list of them for when.
Yeah. Just like, okay, how much time am I going to have? Go.
Right. What if we get like sit down interviews? That'd be so great.
Stop. I would die. Okay. Yeah, I would die.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to put you on the spot.
Bring it on.
You only get to interview one of the cast. Which one?
It's got to be Madeline Madden. I mean, it's the Egwene energy is just going to be, I mean, I say that quickly as if it was obvious. It's not. It would tear me apart. But Egwene's my favorite character. It's got to be Madeline Madden. That's all. What about you?
Honestly, I'd go with Rosamund, but primarily because it's Rosamund.
And then you could be like, I talked to Rosamund. I mean, I once interviewed Rosamund Pike.
I would also interview Sophie Akinato because she's Sophie. I mean, like, how they got such a good cast for this. I'll say this. I think for people that are not super in tune with Hollywood and with like television shows, like you don't pay attention to people.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a genuine lack of star power in most people's minds about the show. Like people look and they're like, where are the top bills, right?
Which doesn't make sense to me, but
it doesn't, but people are that way.
Yeah, I agree.
But what they're missing is that, yeah, they may not have gotten Tom Cruise to play Tom Maryland. Okay. But what they did was they got really good actors and actresses to play these characters.
Right.
And they got the younger actors and actresses, like they got them under the understanding that they're going to be playing these characters for possibly 10 or 11 years.
Yeah.
Like, are you okay with this being your final role?
Yeah. Basically.
Because you could be typecast.
Yeah, I think I know that we try and stray away from like the Game of Thrones comparisons, but bear with me for a moment, because when you looked at the Game of Thrones cast out of the gate in season 1, who were the big names in that? You know, you had Sean Bean. Sure, he was in the Lord of the Rings. Like, okay, he's a big name. But you know what? Who else is a big name? Rosamund Pike. So I think Rosamund Pike is like our Sean Bean here. But then it was kind of from there. From there, it kind of it got less known. You know, that like the young kids were all completely unknown, which is the same way as the Wheel of Time show. And there were a few other people. Like, why can't I think of Cersei's actress? But she's been in stuff. Thank you, Lena Headey. So she's like pretty, but so is Sophie Okonedo. You know, she's a well-known actress and she's got great credentials. So I feel like they're comparable. Thank you. I think they're comparable when it comes to star power. If you think about season 1, like go all the way back to season 1 before everybody blew up because of their role, it's pretty similar.
Hey, Roose Bolton's in the show.
Yeah. Well, there you go. We've got some Game of Thrones crossovers.
Now, I would love to. Charles Dance is probably my favorite. Him and obviously Peter Dinklage are like my two favorite people from. But I would love to see Charles Dance show up some way, shape, or form. If he could be like Pedro Nile, that'd be awesome. But here's the biggest one: we need to get Ed Sheeran.
Obviously.
Duh.
Obviously.
Steven, one of my favorite scenes is the conversation between Varan and Egwene while drinking tea. I mean, how is that not? Varan is up there in my top 3 characters, actually. I think Varan is such a well-written character.
Yeah.
I mean, there are questions and hints at what she is all the way back to the first time you meet her.
Yeah.
And that's the sign of a well-written character where you really aren't sure the whole time.
Mm-hmm. I hope they do that well in the show. I wonder, do you think the casting announcement during New York Comic Con, do you think that's Varan?
Yes.
Yeah, I do too. And I love it. I think she really looks the part. So I'm ready for it.
I do think so. And I'm so glad that they're not like I heard people thinking they were going to cut Varan too, and it's like,
how
why would they cut Varan? Like, you guys, they're fans. Like, they're adapting the show to make it work.
Yeah,
they're not fundamentally dropping all of your favorite characters because what the hell?
Yeah,
woke.
No way.
I mean, how would that even be woke?
It wouldn't.
You know, it's Princess Bride where they're like, I don't think that means what you think it means.
Oh gosh,
I really want to just post that meme on every time. Like, it's so tired now when somebody like, there's literally a bingo card that you can do where it's like, go woke, go broke. I'm like, oh, you are original. What a
SJW comes up a few times in my TikTok comments. Yeah.
SJW woke SJW. Okay. What combination of those things are you going to put in the comment next?
Right.
Tell me who you are without saying anything. Anyways, I find it funny.
Yeah.
Who do you want to play Cadsuane?
Oh, the can't think of her name. The woman from The Expanse.
Oh my God, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I can think of her name. I just can't pronounce it, so I'm not going to try.
Oh, great. So the woman from The Expanse. She's perfect. And that's an Amazon Prime. Well, now it's an Amazon Prime show. So just a little mild crossover. Seems easy.
So good.
So good. Oh, she'd be so
good.
Perfect.
She'd be almost as good as what's his face for Tom Maryland. That was the meme.
Oh, Sam
Elliott. I'm joking about that, by the way. I am totally Sam Elliott would not make a good Tom Maryland.
Only visually. I mean, I guess just based on what you thought of when you read the description in the book at first with the mustaches.
I mean, yeah.
But that's it. That's it, honestly. Yeah.
So, okay. Hold on. I was going to play. Did you see the Maureen and, well, we already talked about that one.
I did. The one from today, the Maureen and Leia clip.
Well, real quick, we're going to take a pause because I am a shameless promoter here.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to promote 2 things. Number 1, we're going to promote you, and then we're going to promote Tarval and After Dark, the podcast. So what where can people find you?
Okay.
What's the best place for people to like look up? Where do I find Kritter and
Okay.
all of your entertaining content?
Well, if you go to my Egwene_Al_Veer Twitter, I've got a link tree in the bio. And then it's going to expand you out, and you can find Kritter XD on TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. And in my link tree, there'll be a link to my Discord if you want to come join on there and have, persistent conversations about this stuff.
If I wanted to just go on TikTok, could I search Kritter and find you?
I imagine so. Yes. Yeah. My TikTok handle is Kritter XD, no spaces or anything. But I'm sure if you search Kritter or, the Wheel of Time, you'd see me probably pretty quickly. Yeah. You'd see my face most likely pretty soon. So
real quick, Eric, thank you. You could ask Rosamund if you can have a Moraine wig to replace yours. Also wig. Yes. Thank you. Number one. And that's not a bad idea because although I'll say this, I don't think Moraine's wig, if I have one criticism, she could, her wig does not hold a candle to this.
Definitely not.
We do share the same thing though. We have straps showing and now I will do a shameless plug. So if you're not aware, I am a part of a podcast called Tarvalin After Dark. I do this with Jess, the Amelin Seat, and with Rakapa Sadai from Wheel Talk. We do funny, like scripted stuff, and then we do like a lot of conversation. And I actually think our podcast is a very good time. It is a very different style podcast. I typically will play a commercial because we do advertisements on our podcast. I typically will play those. So I'm going to do that for the one that's coming out tomorrow, and you can download tomorrow's episode tomorrow morning. So here we go. Enjoy this week's commercial.
Are you a filthy Aes Sedai witch? Did you mess around with the power that broke the world? Well, I have just the thing for you. My name is Eamon Valda, and I am the proud owner of the Aes Sedai Witch Tea Shop. Yes, I know you think, wasn't Eamon Valda a White Cloak, and didn't he try and kill Aes Sedai? I'm retired, and I am 100% committed to providing the best service to all Tarvalin witches. Here at the Aes Sedai Witch Tea Shop, we offer the finest possible tea. Yes, it's only one kind, and it is a little cool and minty, but it will warm you up after a long winter day. And once you're all passed out, we have the most luxurious wooden poles we can tie you to while you sleep it up. And no, we would never burn you at the stake. Of course not. Never. The Aes Sedai Witch Tea Shop. Just because you are a filthy, awful witch doesn't mean you shouldn't have the finest tea that Amadisia can offer.
There we go. So
Beautiful.
Wheel of Time themed things. So check out Tarvalin After Dark on the shameless plugging. There's that. Okay, so last thoughts here. First of all, can we pay for wig removal? Yes. Heck yes, you can. Are there any thoughts from you? Like what, before we kind of get out of here, because I usually kind of end this after about an hour or so.
Mm-hmm.
But final thoughts from you, like, what's one thing that you're the most excited for? Have you ever been to the UK before?
No, I've never been to the UK. So that for sure. And just, I feel like it's just going to be a once in a lifetime experience. I've never been on a red carpet before. And so that's going to be new. I've never been a field reporter interviewing cast members before. So I'm just ready to be completely blown away by the experience. And I'm still in a state of shock and disbelief that it's even happening. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Me too. Ditto.
Yeah.
For real though, like I don't even know what to like. I'm still at a loss as to like how it's gonna go. Well, I can't say, so we're gonna pass on that. Sorry. Is it just me, or did Rafe basically say each episode has a prologue scene? I did not catch that, so I don't know if you did or not.
I saw that on Twitter. People were saying that, so I'm maybe that was in an interview that I missed. I don't know.
I never saw that, so that'd be really. I actually would not be opposed to that because I kind of like little flashbacks.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be in favor of that. Okay. Any last thoughts for you other than what we talked about?
No, I really appreciate you having me on, and I'm really looking forward to like meeting you in
Yeah, we're gonna
person
get to
for the
meet
first
you.
time. And yeah, what are you jaunting around London or in the UK? So I'm really excited about that.
I will warn you, I am very tall.
How tall are you?
I am 6'6", so
Okay, I have a couple of cousins that are that tall. I mean, I'm from a tall family, so it won't be that shocking. But I appreciate the warning.
I was not able to hide at Jordan Con. So people were like, I think that's him. So
Yeah, I'm going to JordanCon this year for the first time. I'm really excited. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Why are we not talking about this? So we're gonna be at Jordan Con,
Yes.
it'll be a fun. How many people are going to Jordan Con? You all should be coming. But then you know where else we're gonna see each other again?
Yeah.
At WatCon too.
WatCon.
We're
Yes.
just gonna be hanging out all the time. So
New besties.
yes. All of the cons, which are great. So in any case, I am very excited for that. We'll be spending quite a bit of time together. Okay, I think that it might be time to go.
Okay.
Before we take off, again, shout out, find Kritter on TikTok, on all of the places.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Egwene underscore. Wait, I'll screw this up. You say it.
Egwene_Al_Veer. I'm the active Egwene account on
Okay.
Twitter. So
Fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely go find Kritter and then follow us. Oh, my ADHD is catching up to me. Somebody asked the question earlier, what are we doing? Like, how are are people going to be able to find us live? I'll say for me, I will not be doing anything live at the event other than Twitter. However, I am going to be making a vlog for like the entire time I'm there. I'm going to do a non-spoiler reaction video to the episodes once I've seen them. It will be completely non-spoiler, so I'm not going to give anything away, but more just like a review. And then I'll have another video that'll kind of be the recaps of the episode. So you'll get to see all of that. I will be recording as much content as I can. So what about you, Kritter? Where are people going to be able to watch you live on the red carpet? Or
Yes. I will be live on TikTok. So if you don't have TikTok yet, maybe download it because I will be. You'll be able to see me while I'm interviewing whoever's going to be there as it's happening. I'm also going to, do the vlog thing. I'm going to record as much as I can so I can put it all together and put it into on YouTube. Just the whole experience, everything I could capture. And I'll be doing a similar thing where I do a spoiler-free review after the fact. And I'll be, possibly tweeting at the same time while I'm there and while I'm in Europe generally. And I think that's all I contractually required, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot. Oh, and like on Instagram, I'll try and get photos with my fellow content creators while we're on the red carpet and our
I'll take a picture with you.
Dressed to the nines would be lovely. And then, just any other photos I could manage. Like if I could get photos with the cast, and those will go up on my Instagram too. Just all over the place. I said it before. Everywhere.
Well, there you heard it. We are all excited. Thank you for coming on. This has been fun.
It has been. Thank you for having me.
Do it again. And thank you guys for joining. If you want to hang out, I will be in the Discord, in my Discord server after this. We usually do a voice chat for a little while. If you'd like to hop in there, go ahead and do that. I'll join you shortly. And Kritter, you're welcome to join too. You also don't have to.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
And